Hello folks, it's Clutch Builder here, and today I'm starting a new series, and that series is some Ev3 tutorials. So, in this first episode, we're going to be looking at what you get in the home edition of the Ev3 set. So, first of all, what I'm looking at here is the Ev3 brick. This is the brain of the whole thing, and where you can control the motors and sensors from. And it's also just a good starting point to build things off of. Now, over to the right, we have two large motors. These are typically what you're going to be using to drive your robot. And yeah, they've got a bunch of connection points, so they're pretty easy to integrate into your builds. Over to the right, we have a medium motor, which is smaller and is used for attachments mostly. So, not really for driving things, but it's very useful for smaller things. Now, to the right of the medium motor, we have the sensors. These are what make your robot be aware of its surroundings, if you will. The first one here is an infrared sensor, which can detect how far away things are, and it can also interact with the remote. To the right of that is the color sensor, which allows the robot to detect color and light. So, for example, if I have it pointing downwards at a table, and there's a bit on the table which is a different color, the color sensor can detect when it's a different color. To the right of that, we have the touch sensor, which can detect three states: either not pressed, pressed, or quickly pressed and released. Basically, if you go, just press it once, kind of like a button. So, if I go like this, that's pressed and released right there. And then, to the right of that, we have the remote, which has 5 buttons on it, as well as a channel selector. So, let me show you that up close here. So, here's the remote. As you can see, 5 buttons. This top button, that's a little thing which consistently sends out a signal so the infrared sensor can detect it. And these are for controlling motors: forward, forward, backward, backward. And then this is the channel selector, which has 4 different channels for if you're running multiple robots with multiple people, so you don't get the robots all confused. And I think that's just about all of the electronic parts. Oh wait, there's a bunch of cables too. So that's all the electronic parts. And now we'll move on to some of the non-electronic parts. So you get a bunch of frames. They're very nice building pieces, because they allow you to build out really quickly without having to worry about getting everything just right and stuff. So, on the left you see O frames. They're called that because they look like an O. And to the right of them, we've got H frames, which are called that because, well, they look like an H. So those are the frames, and you'll also get a bunch of beams. So this is kind of like the bread and butter of building with Technic. On the left you can see straight beams. You'll get a bunch of those, all different colors and lengths. These are just very useful for, well, pretty much everything. And beside those, we've got angled beams, which are also useful, but not quite as much as the regular beams. These allow you to attach things at different angles because they're angled, and some of them have different holes on them. Now, moving to the right, we've got just a bunch of specialized pieces. These are really useful, actually, including some gears and various connector blocks, which allow you to connect these beams in all kinds of weird and unusual ways. And then finally, these are pretty much the most important part of anything. These pins. You'll get a bunch of different types of them in your Ev3 set, and they're very useful. You need these to attach pretty much anything, and yeah, that's just, they're necessary. You need them for everything. So these are probably the most important part. I mean, except for maybe the Ev3 brick, because that's what allows you to program everything. Anyways, so that's the pins, and you also get a few wheels included with the set, which is nice because you can make robots that move around on wheels. And there's also a few other specialized pieces and random things that we won't get into in this video. So that's pretty much what you get in the Ev3 box. Now that you know what's in the box, I'm going to be showing you how to power up the Ev3 brick so you can use it. First of all, you're going to need to take off this back cover, so just press in these two tabs and then lift it up. Put that off to the side, and you might need it later. So, now you've got the back of the brick open, and at this point you have two choices. Either you can get 6 AA batteries and put those in, or you can go and buy the rechargeable battery pack for the Ev3. It's quite expensive, but if you plan to use your Ev3 a lot, then it's probably going to be worth it. So to put this in, you are going to want to make sure that you put the lights on the battery pack at the end, which has the numbers on it, and then put it in like so, and just press it in. Then, turn the brick back over. You won't need this if you use the rechargeable battery pack. So, you're going to turn this over to the front and just hold down the center button for a little bit. And as you can see, it's starting up. So, it takes a little while for it to start up. Yeah, while it starts up, it just says starting on the screen, and there's a red light on the front. Anytime now. When it starts up, you'll hear a sound and the brick light will turn green. And it's on. So, your Ev3 brick is now on, and you can do all kinds of things on here. So, if you're going to want to turn it off, which you will at some point, then you're going to want to go to this menu to the far left here by moving around with these buttons. And you can see which one is selected on there. These buttons allow you to navigate, and this one, the center button, will allow you to select something. So if you click that, then I go into that menu. There's nothing here at the moment, but that'll soon change. So this is just to select things. You can change the volume of the sounds on the brick. And then this button in the top left corner is to go back. So go back to this main page here with the play icon, then click this back button once more, then press the right button and the center button, and your brick will turn off. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.